now is the representative from Georgia's 8th Congressional District, Congressman Austin Scott. Congressman, first of all, thank you so much for joining, but second of all, in your estimation, who is to blame for the August 8th raid at Mar-a-Lago? Is it the FBI, the DOJ, and Acting Attorney General Merrick Garland, or is it the Biden administration and Chief of Staff Ron Klain, or is it all of the above?
Yeah, I think it's all of the above. I think it's very coordinated between the White House, the Democratic Party, the mainstream media, and the Department of Justice. This is not something that we've ever seen in this country before. It bothers me. It scares me for our democracy. And I'll tell you, I got a text the other morning asking me if I could believe this was happening in America. And I said, yes, I can. I can believe it as someone from Georgia, because I see what the Fulton County District Attorney is doing to Jody Heiss and tried to do to the Republican Lieutenant Governor nominee while she was hosting fundraisers for our Lieutenant Governor nominee's opponent. And so a judge stopped her from going after him, but she's still going after other Republican elected officials. And there are two things that are happening here that I want the public to understand. One is they'll do anything and everything they can to keep President Trump off the ballot next year. And if they charge him with a felony, my understanding is that there are multiple states in the country that you can't have your name on the ballot if you've been charged with a felony, unless that felony has been adjudicated and you've been cleared of the accusation. So I think one of the issues here is they're trying to get Trump charged with a felony. We've had people on the January 6th committee say, hey, whatever it takes to keep him from being on the ballot, they intend to do. And so I think it's a very coordinated effort to keep President Trump off the ballot in the next election. And that should be his choice. If he wants to be our presidential nominee, God bless him. Let's go do it again and get America back on track.
Now, sir, pivoting slightly, the president of El Salvador actually put out an interesting tweet. If I may read it, he wrote, "What would the U.S. government say if our police raided the house of one of the main possible contenders of our 2024 presidential election?" The fact that a foreign president is tweeting out about this in this manner, what does that say to you?
Yeah, one is he's absolutely accurate. If they had done this in another country, our State Department would immediately be out condemning it. Human rights groups would be out condemning it, and now we've actually got presidents of smaller countries pointing out the hypocrisy of the U.S. government. And I'll just tell you something: if you're going to have credibility in the world and you're going to lead in the world, those two things go hand in hand, and you can't have one standard inside the United States and then demand a different standard from other countries outside of the United States. It's a political hit job. It's coordinated between the Justice Department, the Democratic Party, and the mainstream media. And this is the type of things that actually happen in third world countries.
Do you believe that this move will ultimately backfire? Do you believe that this will ultimately work towards helping unite the GOP ahead of the 2022 midterms with the 2024 presidential election?
Oh yeah, I think it's going to backfire, because there are a lot of people that are Democrats, that are independents, and certainly Republicans that are looking at this saying, wait a minute, this is not the way it's supposed to work in our democracy. This is the way it works in banana republics, not in the United States of America. And so I do think it's going to backfire on them. They're in trouble in November because of what they've done to the American citizens with just 401k balances, gas prices, fuel prices, our economy, the recession. They created all of this stuff. And so the only hope they have for November is that they can make the public forget about all of the damage they've done to them by keeping the focus on the prior election. And so President Trump was a great president, and he'll have the opportunity to be a great president again if he so chooses.
Representative from the Georgia's 8th Congressional District, Congressman Austin Scott, thank you so much for your time today, sir.